Welcome to Session 3, Introduction. As we continue our course in mentoring, we're now moving into the second quarter of the course, the second two-week block with Sessions 3 and 4. You are completing your Life Lab number 1 by tonight, and you will be beginning Session 3 discussion and readings into the next week. So I wanted to spend some time introducing this session. And I thought before I got into this, I would do a little summary of what my impressions were of how things went in Session 3. I'm sorry, Session 2. I will be sending out a memo to each of you within the next couple of days that will be individualized feedback on the discussion and Life Lab 1. If you don't receive that feedback by Wednesday, send me an email and let me know. It will be going to your George Fox email address. Also, if you have questions or concerns, you can also send me an email and let's chat. I'd like to give you kind of a couple of pointers or observations about what makes a good discussion post. First off, they'll meet the 250 to 300 word limit that was outlined in the syllabus. They're submitted on time. Something that makes it strong as far as the reader's concerned is that they have headings, and that the headings actually remind the reader of what the prompt was that you're responding to. A strong discussion post makes reference to both your personal experience and ideas and the ideas that come from the text and other course materials, and at times other participants in the course. And finally, that a good, strong discussion post will use common and typical accepted writing conventions. I'm very much appreciating seeing that you've gone back and looked at what other colleagues have written about your original post. That's what I like to call minding your own thread. And when you get a chance to go back and see what they've said, if there's some question or comment that they've made that prompts you, you should reply to them as well. It's not required, it's just good practice. A point of summary about the discussion in Session 2. Most of you responded to the option about the attributes of effective mentors, and that's what I'm going to give you a brief summary of. I found 4 key areas that you responded in with many, many different responses. I'm not going to list every individual response that came through, but kind of group them into these 4 categories. The first one is what I would call commitments. A good mentor is one who's able to count the cost of mentoring and the relationship, who's able to make a commitment of time and attention to their mentee and to the process itself. Second, actions taken by the mentor. Listening came up a lot of times by quite a few people. And some of you actually went into depth into what good active listening is. Creating a safe environment, differentiating the process for the needs of the individual who's being mentored. One of you used the comment that the types of skills and attributes needed by an effective mentor depends on the context, on the mentee. You want to help the mentee experience and reflect on their experience and provide unwavering support. Credibility was another category that came up. A good mentor has to have credibility with the mentee, and several of the comments that you posted had to do with technical skill, experience, and expertise. And then finally, traits. What kind of traits make a good mentor? And there were a number of those that were listed. You said things like humility, generosity, honesty, discretion, enthusiasm, respectfulness, patience was mentioned a number of times, integrity, authenticity, and being self-aware. So great recognition good comments. And I think you can realize that not every effective mentor will have all of these traits, all of these skills, will make all of these commitments, but that you can start to get a composite picture of what a good mentor is and does. Now, about session 3. Session 3 is about mentoring diverse populations. You've got a discussion assignment due this week and a response. And next week during session 4, you will have another discussion assignment plus Life Lab number 2 will be due at the end of that session. And don't forget your final assignment. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns as you move farther in completing the requirements of the final assignment. So as was pointed out in the summary for session 2, one of your colleagues mentioned that a good mentor, what a good mentor is and does depends on the mentee and the context. And that's certainly true, and that's one of the reasons why we're exploring this week mentoring diverse populations. So you have the opportunity to explore this a bit more, both in the text chapter and a couple of the videos, and then in your discussion. I thank you for your good work to date. I look forward to seeing more. And again, I'll have that feedback to you within the next couple of days. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.